We're coming. There we are. We're coming. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you're watching from, wherever you are. You will see me in a bit. I'm going to carry on talking because I know that my picture will pop up just onto your screens. Now, you may be thinking, that's not Craig's voice. I can hear. Hi. Good morning, everyone. Hope you are all well. So this is Wake Up Call, but with Debbie. So you've got Debbie Fisher this morning instead of Craig. He's having a well-earned break. We're going to be talking all things exciting about Crafters Companion today. We've got lots coming up, including the most amazing Autumn Blessings launch day. So Sarah's going to be up with that. We've then got Monday Makers. So that's at 3 o'clock. We've got Monday Makers, which is going to be following at 7 p.m, which is going to be amazing. But of course, I'm not here on my own. I'm getting quite comfy just sitting here on the chair. But me and Joe, of course, have been talking. So Joe Remblance is with us this morning. Hi, Joe.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, yes. Bit of a rocky start. We were just looking at a blank screen there, weren't we?
Oh, no. Well, we'll cut that bit out afterwards. Don't you worry about that. It's Monday. It's the start of a brand new week, Debbie. A whole sea of opportunity lays before us. And Debbie, how exciting is it that it is a brand new Nature's Garden Day today as well?
We love Nature's Garden, don't we? Nature's Garden has become really popular range and it is incredible.
Yeah, it really, really is. Lots of excitement already. Loads of you chatting away. If you want to get social with me, then you can do so in all the usual ways. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe if you are over there. I love sneaky peeks and I love to, give you a little bit of salacious gossip from time to time. Well, I need to tell you about something that is coming very, very soon. A crafty countdown. These are going to be hot. And when I say hot, I mean hot craft offers that will be happening in show and they'll only be happening when you see the crafty countdown clock. So keep your eye out for them as we go through this week. They will be appearing very, very soon, but you will have, moments to get hold of them. So you will need to act very, very quickly. Lots of you tuning in saying hi already. Elizabeth's in New Hampshire. Laquietta's in Kentucky. Kimberly's in Winston-Salem. Lisa is in Margate. Not Margate, UK. Oh, no, more glamorous than that. Margate, New Jersey is where Lisa is joining us from as well. So if you want to get in touch with me, you can in all the usual ways. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. I'd love to know who's already got their orders in for the brand new Nature's Garden collection because it is gorgeous. And talking of gorgeous, talking of Nature's Garden, I believe that is what Debbie is standing by with right now. Autumn Blessings, Debbie.
It nearly takes me away, Joe. Look at that. Look how massive this pack shot is. It's so incredibly big. I've not seen such a big collection in a long time. You are going to love this. The colour tones of this, that real rustic feel to this. For all your Thanksgiving needs, you're going to have everything of this. It's absolutely amazing. There is so many different dyes in here, embossing folders, stencils, paper pads, literally this card pack here, which is amazing. All of these colours are going to coordinate with this absolutely gorgeous paper pad. Honestly, Joe, this is one that is going to be grabbed up so quickly. What I love about this is everything in this collection is going to last you all year round. So even when you're doing your spring flowers, the leaves in this collection are going to go through all of that as well. You've got that really beautiful stencil. You've got a gorgeous embossing folder all year round. I think of your Christmas makes that you can make with this as well. So literally it is an amazing collection and we're going to be going through all the boards and everything you get and a demo just in a little while. But if it's half price shipping, I mean, how incredible is that? Absolutely amazing. So you're going to be able to get this whole bundle, but if you do want extra paper pads, as I know some of our viewers out there love an extra paper pad, maybe 2, 3, 4, we know who you are out there, you love your paper pads. you can get these extra paper pads if you want to. So you're going to absolutely adore these ones. Right, so that's one of the things that we've got coming up today. We've then got the seam builders. I adore these. These are something really different. Do you want to send a different kind of Christmas card to someone? Do you want to do something that's got real dimension, real shape to it? These are the ones for you. Now, there's 3 in the collection. These are amazing value, and I'm going to do a demo on these through the show. But $32.22, platinum price is $25.78 or $29.90. I mean, honestly, the value and what you're getting in these is incredible. You are not only getting a selection of dies, you are getting the stencils in here as well to create the most fabulous backgrounds. So these are incredible. So we've then got tricolours. Who doesn't love their tri-blend pens? The tricolours are part of the tri-blend family, but they are water-based. So I'm just going to go along to this one here, because what we've got is an amazing selection. So if you are new to watercolouring and you want to try it out, this really is amazing. It's going to take you right from your ink pad to your cardstock to your rocker blocks to use, to then having those pens. Now, the tricolour pens are 3 colours in one pen, and they're water-based, which means anything that you can do with any of your watercolours, you are going to be able to do with the tri-blend pen. So think of your backgrounds, think of colouring with them, think of all those different techniques such as your faux bleaching, your sort effects. We're going to be stenciling through them as well, so I'm going to be showing you just how to do that. So definitely stay tuned. We've got an absolute packed show, but I'm going to hand you back to Joe while I go and set up for the first demo.
It is Monday. No, it's amazing. It's time for a brand new Get It, Got It Good. Here it is. This Monday's brand new Get It, Got It Good is, of course, the Gemini Mini with dies collection, because you are going to get 5 awesome die collections, all designed to work specifically with this machine itself, which is awesome. You've got a great saving here as well, down from £68 or $102, as you can see, to £50 or $80. Now, it is a Get It, Got It Good, so it means that it will only be while stocks last. So if you want to get your hands on it, make sure you grab it either before we introduce a new one to you next Monday, or before those stocks run out. Lots of you chatting away with me still in the comments. Everyone's very, very giddy and excited, ready for this brand new launch today. Marlene's in Germany, Thea's in the Netherlands as well. We're very international today here, Debbie, on Crafters TV. Jean's really excited for the brand new launch, as is Monica and Cheryl. Sue says, nice to see us in matching tops. I came dressed as Cruella today. That was what I was channeling, Debbie. That was my vision. And I must confess, this is actually a lady's shirt. It's a blouse, not a shirt. There you go. So there's a tidbit for you for a Monday morning. Shadai says, oh, Prince Joe looks dapper today. Love the shirt. Monica says, I love the collection. I've already got mine. Loving the stamps and dies in here as well. Lisa says, me, bought that and more paper. Really looking forward to receiving. Suzette Sue's got hers in as well. Seems that everyone pretty much has already got their pre-orders in for this, Debbie. There's a lot of excitement about it. It is that real sort of autumnal feeling, is it? That seems to be happening outside, although we are about to have the last burst of summer tomorrow and the next day, you know. 26 degrees up here, Debbie.
Oh, really? Well, I never knew that. Although I'm not taking nothing for granted. You know, it can go all wrong, horribly wrong, can't it? And it'll be freezing cold. But it has been very autumn weather. Although I can't complain, Joe. I've been on a holiday for 2 weeks, went to Swanage, and it was beautiful, hot sunshine. So I've had a little bit of summer, which is nice. But you know what? Nothing stops you from being able to create later on. So all these different Christmas things that we've got coming in, all the autumn ranges, these are going to last you throughout the year, especially Christmas. But can we just take a minute to appreciate this sample? It is absolutely stunning. This is an embossing folder. I mean, how incredibly beautiful is that? The stamp sets that are in this collection are beautiful. There is so many different ones. Even this little sunflower here is a stamp and die. There is so much in this collection, so many different ways that you can use it. I love the fact that we're doing ones with pumpkins. I don't think we've done a range really in the UK with pumpkins like this before. They They look amazing. And this one is going to blow your mind. Having that log, these are very on trend at the moment. Sort of those logs that people colour onto. In fact, I shouldn't really mention that's where I'd done my spowl. It was, Joe, onto one of these logs. Yes.
Well, let's a spotted spowl of Newton Aycliffe.
That would have sat very nicely in the middle of this card, I think. So, but look at all these different ones. We've got that gorgeous tree, that autumnal tree, all the pumpkins, but doing different styles of cards. We know how popular DL cards are at the moment. Those longer, thinner cards look incredible. This background is not background papers. This is a stencil, which is amazing. We've got leaves in this collection. I mean, look how beautiful this is.
Love
created. Yeah, it's just amazing. And all the papers that you can see in there are from the paper pad. This is why you need to get yourself that extra set of paper pad. But look at this, being able to create with the papers, the stamps in the background, and then these gorgeous cards just full of all the stuff that you expect in the autumn. And again, that embossing folder, those pumpkins, all the sentiments, everything is great. And the colours in these, Joe, I mean, are truly exceptional. They're so pretty, and it really does make you just want to encompass all of everything that comes for the autumn. So you've seen a few samples. Let's show you the boards and you can see exactly what you are getting for your money. So the fallen leaves. Now this one is so pretty. You can see that by having that embossing folder, you've also got the stencil with it as well.
Nice.
So you're probably wondering how we got this effect. It's because you emboss it, lay the stencil over the top. You can put whatever colours you want. I mean, that is just one of the items and it is amazing. The next one we've got is another embossing folder. Again, you can, this is a 3D embossing folder. The other one was a 2D one, but this one is great because it means you've got these really big amounts that you can colour in, shade in, put in whatever colours you want to. Then we're getting on to the dies, the Harvest Festival. This is a great one. So if you want to embellish anything, if you want to, we know Thanksgiving is a massive thing to our friends in the United States. You're going to be able to do all your makes with this, your invitations. Can you imagine having your serviettes and doing little wrap with sort of one of these embellishments on it? It would just look super cool. And then we've got this one. I love this stamp set. I mean, how absolutely gorgeous is that? You can colour it with whatever medium you have. So like we've got the aqua pens on the show today, which we're going to show some of these items coloured in, or you could use your alcohol pens, your ink pads, whatever you choose is so amazing. So that's the pumpkin patch. We've then got the scattered leaves. Now this one is a stencil. You're going to be using this on everything. It creates the most amazing backgrounds. All that detail is in that stencil for you to use. But then you might want the little embellishments like the forest toadstools. I mean, this is such a super cute one. This is going to go through lots of other ranges as well. And I'm not going to tell you what they are, but we do have ranges coming up in the future that this is going to work particularly well with. Then we've got our Hello Autumn, and you've got those autumn leaves, which are absolutely glorious. Now, these may look like you're just cutting the leaves out, but these are two dies. There's actually two dies in there. You get sort of the skeleton bit in the centre and the outside edge, which is why we can matte and layer different colours onto them. So that's a great die set to have. And then if you want something more skeletal, so this is our skeleton leaves, you've got the ones that cut out in that skeleton leaf, which I love that effect. Again, really on trend at the moment with flowers and leaves like this one. And remember, these leaf sets are going to last you throughout the year on whatever you use them on. So although we sort of use them as sort of autumn leaves, you can use them with all your florals and anything that's in your collection. And then we've got our thanks and our stamp die. I love it when we do ones like this because this is where you can really change up the wording, the sentiments that you put on your card, everything that you have, and it looks amazing. So thanks, with grateful thanks you've got for everything you do. Thanks for everything you do, and I appreciate more than you know. So really great ones. And then we've not got just one, but we've actually got two stamp sets. Now you probably think, why do we need two? But there are so many different blessings we want to send over autumn, and these really fill it all, and there's something for everyone. So, and we've got a lot to be thankful for this year and last year, so I think this is just an amazing set of stamps for you. So we've got our thankful and blessed and our heartfelt wishes. Then we've got that gorgeous round wood slice, and this is a fabulous one because what this does, you're getting two dies, or you're getting three dies in this collection. So you're getting your grateful with thanks or thanks grateful, And then you've got 2 dies, again, this middle section and the outside one. We're going to be using this one in our first demo, but that's a great one to have. I know that is going to just sell amazingly well. And then we've got our autumnal tree. Now what's great about this one, what you can see is it's got all these different sections for layering up. So you can do your different, you can just do a few. If you want to have a really full tree, you can do all of them. If you just want to go sort of where it's autumn and the leaves are starting to fall off, you can have just 2 of them. And then if you want one where you've just got the one where most of the leaves are falling off, it looks great. But look how fabulous it looks if you also stamp them on the bottom. So it really does look like those leaves are shedding. And we're still going. So that's all your main items, but we do have the most fabulous cardstock as well. Now what's nice about this cardstock is not only do you get that beautiful pearlized cardstock, so you can see when I bend that how the shimmer on that is so stunning, you're also getting your textured cardstock. So I love that they've really thought about the textures in this autumn kit, and you're getting that for all of these colours. So your browns, your greens, your reds, your oranges, your yellows, and then we're going here to our darker browns at the base here. But all those different beautiful autumnal colours, and what's more, they're going to coordinate beautiful with the paper pad. Now we've got 2 paper pads. You've got a 6x6 paper pad and we've got a 12x12 paper pad. Now you can see from that first image it's just been shrunk down, so this is exactly the same as the bigger one but in the smaller version. So it's just, in fact, if you're going for the full collection you're getting both, but I would absolutely go for both of them, and you get those different colorways. But these are stunning, Joe. I mean, these are so pretty. They're double-sided, so if you turn them over you're going to get that double-sided. Each one is going to coordinate. I mean, look at these tones, these patterns, everything has been thought about for you to make just the most amazing.
Oh, I love one with the pumpkins on it.
I know. I mean, how cool would these be on scrapbooking pages, on all your 3D images? So if you're doing 3D creations, your boxes. I mean, you could make all your little gift bags out of this, or gift boxes. We did a box yesterday. We did that twist top box. You could do that and decorate it with all these pages. It truly is a magnificent sort of range. It's just amazing. So every single one of them are usable and beautiful. So you can see it really is just enormous range.
Yeah, it is a really big Nature's Garden collection. It's really fantastic, and I think it warrants it. I do. I think, you know, it's a theme that we're going to be making a lot of cards for, whether it is for Thanksgivings, whatever you're going to be creating with this. If you're going to be doing card projects or scrapbook pages, I think things like box frames and home decor are going to look sensational using this particular collection. The details there on your screen are with the extra 12x12 pad. We know a lot of you love to add the extra 12x12 pad in, so we've done that for you already. $87.98 or $104.72 as a platinum member. What you might want to go, there is a collection without the extra paper pad. You'll find the details for that on the website. There is actually a collection of the paper pads on their own. I know for you avid paper collectors out there, you actually get the 12x12 paper pad in here. You will then get the 24 sheets of the luxury and linen cardstock, and then you get the 6x6 for free in this particular combination, which is lovely. Under £24 or $30 for platinum members. Mariah saying this set will work easily with the farmhouse collection too. A really great idea if you wanted to maybe make your farmhouse collection a little more autumnal. The leaves would be great with flower forming foam, says Marcia. Jane is loving it. She says everything looks absolutely awesome. The layered tree stamp jumped directly into Cheryl's basket apparently. She didn't put it there. No, it jumped from the product page into the basket. These things happen. I feel you, Cheryl. Pamela says, thanks so much for all this Fall Inspired collection. And Mary said the samples are all absolutely beautiful. Laura says, Debbie, it's like the best pile of leaves to jump in without raking or worrying about snakes hiding in it. Well, luckily we don't have to worry about.
Can we just have a die cutting session of cutting leaves and just chuck them everywhere?
I think so.
We just do that. We'll do a video later and me and Joe would just chuck all the leaves everywhere. So,
absolutely.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
we should make that happen.
And you wouldn't get dirty. You wouldn't get dirty, Joe.
No, exactly. We do it as a reel or a Vine or whatever the kids do these days. I'm not quite sure. No, it's not Vine, is it? TikTok. I think Vine's so old it's been discontinued. Show my age there.
I've never even heard of that.
Discontinued is not the right phrase either. I digging myself a bigger
you're
hole.
getting old, Joe.
I think it's a thing of the past. Anyway, I'm waffling now, Debbie. Save me from myself.
Let's save Joe, yes. He's getting old before his time, look. Right, so I'm taking some of the cardstock from that collection, which is incredible. And all I've done is added a little bit of black as well. And then I'm going to be using that gorgeous wood round slice. I just know this one is going to be the one that just goes bonkers. I did have an idea with this of cutting quite a few out and then using your glossy highlights across the top. You could make little table mats, couldn't you, in the autumn with it, which would be really nice. So what I was saying earlier about this one, it comes in 2 pieces, which is great because it means I can cut my base one out and then I can cut out and ink the next one. So I'm going to use those ones, and I'm going to use the Grateful Thanks, that's what I'm going to do. So let me just grab my poker tool because I was using it earlier. Oh no, the bits have just come out, so we're all good. We're all good. And I'm going to cut 2 of those out, one in the red and one in the black. And then I'm going to bring in these leaves. Now these leaves are fabulous because what they do is they cut out, so let's pop that on there. They cut out the inside sort of veins as well as the outside. Now I am going to use the same colour of them. I'm going to use this gorgeous bright orange cardstock, and I'm going to use just 2 of them onto here, and then we're going to send these through our die cutting machine. Now there are 2 different leaves in the collection which are great, so you are getting this one here and the one we showed over, which is like the skeleton leaves, and you're getting 3 each of those. So let's pop these onto, in fact I'm going to bring in my Gemini mats because then we can fit everything on. But all these dies actually, and I believe even these ones, let me just measure them. Oh no, I don't think it will. So just a tiny bit short to go through your mini, but all the smaller dies will go through your Gemini mini. But we do have a fabulous deal. Is it the Gemini MIDI, Joe?
The Gemini...
Is it the Gemini MIDI?
MIDI is the mini this week.
Oh, it is the mini. So it is the mini. So yeah, the mini, all these dies will go through. So let's just pop these into place. Do you think I'm being too cautious? I'm not being cautious enough, should I say. I'm going to just tape these down because I don't want them going anywhere they shouldn't. Let's do another little bit there.
What an interesting idea to put the... Are we calling it the vein of the leaf in there? Is that what the correct name for it? Really interesting to have that on there. And I guess that, if you want to go a bit abstract, Debbie, as well, gives you the option to play around with different textures, doesn't it? You know, you could put a bit of vellum maybe as the vein on your leaf. Or
I love that. Felt. These guys would cut through felt really well. So yeah, you could put real texture. Cork would be another thing that you could cut through, and that would be amazing. Yeah, love that idea, Joe. So we're super busy already on this,
Debbie. I know that people have been waiting for it and loving it. Loads of you going for it. Most of you going for it with the extra paper pad, which are the details that are on your screen at the moment. I can't wait to see what people start creating with this.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best thing, isn't it? Once it starts getting out there, people then sending in their makes and what they do with it, because everyone has their own take. So what I am going to do, 2 of these dies, these dies, you can see it's slightly embossed. You can see round the rim of there, but I actually want that a bit deeper. So I'm going to place them back into the dies. I'm going to turn those over and take these ones off, because we don't need to emboss those. And I'm just going to bring in my embossing mat. I've got my little Gemini one. In fact, we could just switch our plates, couldn't we, which would be a lot quicker. So pop our plates in. Because I've got my big Gemini, I can then use my smaller Gemini plates to go through.
Rhonda asked if the inner ring die would work for foiling.
If the inner what die?
The inner ring die would work for foiling.
I still didn't get what you said, Joe. Wing?
The inner ring die, yeah.
Ring.
What did you think I said?
We've got no hope, me and Joe, because our hearing is shot.
It is. I did go for a hearing test recently, Debbie. I don't know if I said it well.
Yes, you did tell me.
And the woman said that she'd never seen such profound hearing loss of someone from my age.
Not
so
good.
I mean, and we're both about as good as each other. So it's a miracle.
I know, my hearing's terrible. So I thought I kept thinking you were saying wing, and it was ring. Sorry, the inner ring die. Yes, you could foil that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could foil any of the dies, to be honest. So even if you wanted the outline of anything, you would be able to do that. Right, so let's pop those to the side, get rid of my rubbish, and then you can see we've got that beautiful workings around, and then you've got that gorgeous embossing right over the top, which just gives it that authenticity, doesn't it? It just looks amazing. Right, now with this one, because we did it white, what I am going to do, I'm going to place this back in, and we're going to ink through it, Joe, because you can see all that white is still in there, so it means that I can then bring in my my little dauber, and I'm going to do that one, and let's bring in a brown one, and then we can have our Friar brown. So I'm just going to ink through there. So first of all, sort of putting a darker piece in there. I've done it on white because I'm not worried, because we're going to colour it. And then what I'm going to do is take that off, so you can see it's given us that, yeah, which looks amazing. But I actually want to just tone that down a bit with a different colour. So this is our Friar brown, because I think that was a dark one. And we're just going to go round and just add that bit of ink and really sort of distress it so it looks more real. So popping that round there, because you'll notice with anything like this, with the bark of the tree, it's always darker. So popping that on, so when we put that into place, and you can see there is a place for it to go perfectly well, it just looks really pretty. Right, so we've got those bits. Now what I'm going to do is bring in these leaves. Now, even though it's orange cardstock, don't be frightened to actually ink your cardstock as well. So I'm going to be bringing in our Bordeaux, and we're going to just do some inking over the top and round the edges. So just bringing that in. And what that does is it draws your eye in, but it still keeps that beautiful autumnal colour. So just adding that dark red around the edges. Around there.
It's really lovely to get. I mean, I love the way that they are all put together, these Nature's Garden collections, Deb, because they all do work so well, don't they?
Yes.
When it comes to, you know, the stamps that work with the dies, the artwork, the imagery that runs through the paper pad. I think if you're a seasoned crafter, absolutely you're going to love using these. But for anyone that's newer to craft, I think having a full collection or a full kit like this has got to make things so much simpler, isn't it?
I think you get to the stage, Joe, where you know that you're a full collection person. But for newbies, because I remember when I first started out, and sorry, just going to talk about this for a second, because you might think it's strange using a honey pot, but look, I want to show you the difference when you add another ink over the top to how much brighter it becomes. You add that sort of, wrong one, brightness of colour and that sort of pop of yellow in the middle, and it just looks really effective. But yeah, honestly, Joe, I wish there'd been more collections around when I started, because I used to buy bits and pieces and then you end up forgetting about what you've actually got. So I think it's great for new people as well as advanced crafters to have that in their collection. So then what I have got here, I'm just going to bring these in. I've done myself a couple more leaves as well. So let me bring those ones in. And then I've just put through my Xyron, I've put the actual skeleton leaves. So I've left these just the same colour. You could do them a different colour, but because I've coloured up with a little bit of ink, it's going to make them really pop out there. Oh, that's
gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks amazing, doesn't it? So they just look, they're just a really clever design and work really well. But I love that fact that you could put sort of darker ones in. You could use your dark brown to do those veins. And they look really clever. Now, if you haven't got a Xyron, because I know we've been out of stock of them for a long while, you can use either your dotty tape pen, or you can use your little bottle of tacky glue, and that will go on there beautifully as well. And our last one, pop that into place. So all have been designed to work beautifully with the range. So that gives us our leaves there. And remember, you can manipulate these, use your pokey tool. You can sort of curl them at the edges, because they're going to add some real definition to your projects. And leaves aren't always flat, aren't they? So you can have them curled up and it makes them amazing, just amazing to use. So just making sure we've
What's
got
really
some.
excellent about this brand new collection, Debbie, is that it's a brand new collection, but check out the saving. £44 almost, or over $65 off of something that is brand new, that has just been released today. That's quite remarkable, isn't it, compared to buying those individuals?
Who authorised that, Joe?
Sorry?
Who authorised that?
Someone's
the bosses know.
Someone's going to be getting in trouble. That's before your platinum, that's before any kind of Club Inspire saving as well. So, you know, 87.98 or 104.72, which is amazing. Really, really amazing.
Yeah, it's so good, isn't it? So what I've done here, Joe, is I've cut these in black and in the red cardstock, and I'm just going to matte and layer them over the top because I just want to create that little shadow. So not a lot, but just that bit. And also what it does is for a sentiment, it makes it just stand out. So it almost looks like 3D. And it doesn't look like just flat words. So you can see from going from that to that, it looks really good. And then we're going to do the same with the bottom piece. So just taking that thanks off and popping that onto the top. So we've got all our workings together, and I just pop that all into place. Oh, sticking on my fingers. I would have been better using a, what's the word, tweezers. And then it wouldn't have stuck to my fingers so much, but there we go. So that's got our wording, we've got our leaves sorted out. The next thing we need is our papers. So what I have done is took a piece of cardstock from our paper pad. I love the ones like this because they really frame what you have. So even though we're going to be filling this gap, I love the fact that you could fussy cut around all these leaves and put a photograph in here, and it'd be great in your scrapbook pages. So there's so much that you can do with them. So, but what we are going to do, we're going to matte and layer. So I'm just matte and layering this onto some black cardstock, and then all I've done is created a little card blank which is just under 6 inches on the base. So it's just A4 cut to just under 6 inches square, and then we're going to pop that onto our card front. So it's all about mattes and layers, it's all about those colour tones, it's about all that coordinating everything together that you have in your collection. And I love that you've got everything at hand. And what it does, Joe, by having a full collection, it inspires us. So the more we work with it, the more we then think, oh, this will go with that, and this will work really well. And it just goes on and on and on until you then start bringing these elements into all your other crafting. And like I say, then all your florals, you can then use the leaves with it. So everything is just works amazingly well. And then I'm going to use some foam pads just to heighten that up.
Jerry says, I could live in autumn all year. I would be in heaven. I love this collection. I think for a lot of people, with the changing seasons, it's the most stark one, isn't it? Or it's the biggest contrast sometimes, summer into autumn. So it feels like a real change. I think, you know, you start looking forward to, you know, lovely pots of stew and warm, cosy evenings and jumpers and nice country walk and pumpkin spice lattes, Nicola. Yes, to the pumpkin spice lattes.
I've never
absolutely.
had one of them.
You never had one, Debbie?
No, well, I don't drink hot drinks, so probably I've never...
We could get you an iced pumpkin spice latte, maybe. They're the best ones, apparently, according to the gallery.
Never even heard of it.
Astrid says that the leaves look so realistic. Sarah Krause says, I'm a new crafter and I feel unsure about getting a whole collection, but this one is so pretty. Thank you for saying this. For us newbies, Debbie, we'll be getting this. And Stacey says, Debbie, I love the idea of putting the colour on the stems on the leaves. A really lovely touch. Also, I guess this is one you could really get quite... I want to say rustic with it, Debbie. You know, like you could really distress the edges of these pages, couldn't you? Add lots and lots of texture. This whole theme of autumn, I'm guessing, really lends itself to all of that sort of, I don't want to call it messy crafting, because that's not what it is, but you know, like a bit, I don't know, not even grungy. Do you know the vibe I'm going for here, Debbie?
Not really, Joe.
Not really? Wow.
I'm only joking. Yes, of course I do.
I should have just stopped at rustic, I think. Debbie is in a funny mood today.
Cheeky. I've been a bit cheeky to you
Very
today,
cheeky,
Joe. Right, so we've got all that together. You can see just having that frame, putting those words together, just doing a few mats and layers, and then we've got our beautiful leaves that we're going to use. And I'm actually going to just bring in my all-purpose glue. Not all-purpose, I always call it all-purpose glue, and it's not. It's 3D glue. So let's pop those into place. I'm just going to put a bit so they come out underneath. And I just love this, that we can be really artistic with what we're doing. We can do it in whatever variation that we want to. We could have added these in. I wanted to keep it in sort of those autumn colours, but you could do them in the greens, a little bit of brown. You could even do them white and then just fade them into whatever colours you want to. But there you go. We've done our autumn cold with grateful thanks. And just a really pretty way to do it, and quite a simple card to do as well, Joe.
And using just a tiny snippet of that collection there as well. So many different options when it comes to the kind of projects that you're going to do, the style you're going to create, how you're going to put these together. They are amazing. It is an amazing collection. The details on the screen for you at the moment is with that extra 12 by 12 paper pad. So $109.98, $130.90 saves you £44 almost, or over $65. Platinum members are under £90, under $105, which is excellent. Now, what you might also want to do is then put this extra paper bundle in there. Maybe you're going for the paper bundle on its own. Maybe you're building your own bundle. It's completely up to you. You've got the choice. This one here is going to give you the 12 by 12 paper pad, as well as the luxury cardstock and the 6x6. The 6x6 free of charge there in that particular configuration, and you get 96 sheets in total there. It is so redonkadonk busy over on the website for this at the moment. You guys are absolutely loving it. In fact, and we'll give you a little chance to get yourself checked out. Maybe you just found us. Maybe you're thinking, who's these guys? Maybe you stumbled across us. Well, here's a little piece of video that tells you more about the things we do here at Crafters TV.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
So much excitement for that amazing brand new Nature's Garden collection. Loads of you chatting away. Mariah says in the northeast of the US, you can just drive state to state to see all the beautiful leaves, apparently. That sounds lovely. Imagine how much fun we could have having fights in all of those leaves, Debbie. Carmel says, really loving all these fall colours. Lily saying, this collection really has my name all over it. I see fall in New England everywhere in this collection. Oh my goodness, what I can recreate with it. I think the extra paper pad set is a must. So many of you checking it out there. If you want to get in touch with me, you want to have a bit of a gossip, I love it when you do that. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are across on YouTube. Now, of course, we have that incredible launch day. It's going to be with myself and Sarah at 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. if you are across on the East Coast, 7 a.m. for you West Coasters, bright and early. But that is not all we have. We have a fantastic Monday Makers show coming up as well. That one chance, or that sort of, we're in the week where we really maybe go into a little bit more depth for the demonstrations. We are a little more advanced. Doesn't mean to say there isn't something for absolutely everyone to learn, and hints and tips that everyone can pick up in that show. But Debbie, we've got something fabulous coming up, I believe, for Monday Makers this evening. It'll be you and I back together again.
Yeah, back together again. I thought it was coming to me, and I looked up and it didn't come to me. It went to the pack shot. Do you know what? Yeah, let's show them like this. I'm going to show you the boards, and I'm going to show you some samples, because the boards don't do them justice. And honestly, if you want something different to your everyday crafting Christmas cards, these are going to do it for you, because they are incredible. So in this collection, this is Oh Christmas Tree, you're going to be getting this main, what we class as the worker die. Now, you cut 3 of those out, and these have interchangeable elements. So all this side, so this Christmas tree and these presents, we're going to be demoing this one, and it'll all become clear how they work, but they are absolutely amazing. You're then getting the stencils here, so you can have a fireplace, you can create backgrounds with the stripes, you've got that fire, so you can have a roaring fireplace, which is incredible. Then we've got our Away in a Manger. So if you want something that's really traditional, this is the one for you. Now, you can see the shape of these, so you're going to be able to create the most amazing dome-shaped cards, and they go together so simply, and the fact that you can interchange all those elements is incredible. And you might want them different. You might want to have this one here in the background, but you're Away in the Manger in there as well, so you can interchange them with whichever ones that you go for. This one's a great one. You've got those beautiful mountains in the background, so you've got your gorgeous stencils here, and then you've got your interchangeable elements here that go into the middle, and they really couldn't be more simple. So let's have a look at a few samples, because they really do come to life. Now look at these. They stand on their own. Our ones have become a little bit bent there, so I'm just going to hold that into place. But such a great design, and you can see all that texture, all that layering inside looks amazing. Add a touch of glitter, add all those different paper pads that you've got in your collection. Just super easy, and they look incredible. I love the fact that we can make ones and they look like they're freestanding. You can put them out. I mean, that is so different to anything I've seen on the market. But if you wanted to do something different with them and actually create a Christmas card with them, how fabulous is this shaker card? So you've got that beautiful shaker, just one of those elements, those domed elements in there, and it makes the most incredible card. So how do they work together? They're very simple. I'm going to take 3 pieces of white cardstock. So I'm just using our white stamping card, and I've just cut these to go onto my board. Now we're going to be using that gorgeous Oh Christmas Tree, and I'm going to show you exactly what you get in here. So if I pull this out, you've got your main worker die. Now the worker die is what creates everything. So we're going to cut one of these. So I'm going to cut this one first, and we're going to send that through. And in fact, I'm going to bring in for quickness, because we'll have to do them each step of the time, and we'll just pop these in. So if you just want to create that first background scene, you're going to have your first one, place that onto your board, and then we can just plate up all our platforms. Oh, put them the right way. and pop those into place. So nice and easy. Obviously it takes just 8 seconds to go through if you've got your Gemini, or your Gemini Junior. I'm using my Gemini Junior plates with my large Gemini, but that will cut beautifully well. And then to do the next one, what you would do is to cut these. So I'm going to cut first, and then we'll show you where the magic actually happens. So let's pop that one into there. And then we're going to bring in our other die set. Now you can see on here, we've got a lot of dies in here. So you've got your main Christmas tree die, you've got your Christmas present dies. And what you're going to do is take your cutout. So let's take this one, I'm going to bring it this way. You're going to then take these added elements. So we've got this little sort of the archway, and this will create your frame. So this one will cut over the top. Now I think it's always best to line these up afterwards. You could do them together and snip them, but I'm going to do them separately so you can see, and you can see exactly where they line up to. So we're going to pop that into our archway, but I am going to use a bit of tape just to take that one down.
I'm guessing you could bring other edgeables and use them within this concept if you wanted to mix and match them a bit, Debbie.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And we do lots of different edgeables, don't we, Joe? So that's actually quite a nice idea. So there's probably lots that would fit through there if you wanted to create that dome shape. But you can also mix and match these ones up as well. So if you want a Christmas tree in the background and then you want your houses in the front, you can do that. So let's take that tape away. So just mind that not to tear my card. There we go. And then what you're going to do is take that away, and let's bring in our Christmas tree. We're going to pop that right in between, and that will go straight from each point. So just have that standing in there, and then we're going to take that in, and that creates that outside edge. And I love the fact of how simple these are, and doing it that step by step, it makes us feel like we're the designer of our own Christmas cards, because they truly are. You just get the most amazing effects afterwards. So bringing that one out. Now what that's going to do, if we take that one out, that's going to create our Christmas tree freestanding in the middle. So now I'm not going to do all of them because I know time is running short. So, but I'm going to bring them in. So you can see I've done the one with the presents exactly the same way as we did the Christmas tree, but we've done it with the presents. And then we've got that background one that I did that goes in the background. So we've got our background, we've got our midground, and we've got our foreground there. And each one you can see layers up. Now what you can then do is inside each pack, I don't think that come out of my pack, but there is in every pack a stencil. So you're getting these, I love these lines, these create a really cool effect, so you can put them anywhere on your card. I'm just going to bring in my Oasis ink pad, and we're just going to go into here. So I'm going to start at one side so I don't smudge, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to go down with these lines. So we can create a line at the side there. And we're just going to, I'm going to dab that down, just creating those lines in the background. Now you could, if you've got our spray glue, stick and spray. I didn't want to say stick and stay, and that was the one in my head. And yeah, you don't want that one; it's permanent. But you could spray that on the back of your stencil and have that. And then I'm going to go down here and then move that across, just trying to line up where we're going. And then just go down these in the lines. And I'm only doing, I just want them fadely in the background. Fadely, I don't think fadely is a word, but faded into the background. Do you like making up new words?
Oh, I just make my own. Yeah, if you can't think of it, you know, just make them up.
Just make them up?
It's fine.
Absolutely.
As long as you say it with enough conviction, no one really questions it.
No, that's quite true, Joe. I'm learning
question it a bit. But yeah, if you just say it with conviction, yeah, people then will start using it themselves as well.
Yeah, you can actually make new words, can't you? And then I'm going to bring the Pow Fig, and then what we're going to do is use this for our baubles. So I'm just going to use them because we've got that sort of, well, either a string of lights or your baubles there. So, and just doing those background pieces. But I love that we can build these up. We can then go across. Let's go up here and just put them wherever you want them to create that beautiful background. You've got all your stringer lights sort of there coming down. Right, so once you've built up your background, I'm going to, because I know about timing, so I'm going to bring these bits in, so what we've done here, and then we've just got our, we've got our lights in the background. I've then coloured my tree in, so I've just used my alcohol markers to colour those in, and then we've got our front one, and I've just stuck a Merry Christmas on the front there. But you are getting, I mean, you're getting a big star here, you're getting all these different things. Now, these ones are quite important, Joe, because these two here, these two little dies, they're going to cut out these squares. So we've got these squares here. Okay. They're the ones that are going to go onto the side to hide your workings. These two pieces, they're going to cut out these, and then you can see that you've got 3 little slots in there. So you're going to use those to go each side, and then you've just got your little placards here, so your plaques can put any of your sentiments and that on there. So I'm going to bring these in, and we're going to slot these into each other. So the first thing we want to do is do on one, and I'm just going to bring these in and slot them down. And then our next one, I always do one side first, slot that one in. And if you do it on the side, they sort of just slot into place. And then the next one, just bring that in and slot that one.
A lot of people
down.
commenting as well how much they're loving the fact that we're adding stencils in now with a lot of our die ranges and our stamp ranges, even our embossing folder ranges as well. I mean, they really do give you a lot of options, don't they? In the same way that I guess a stamp does, you know, you've got loads of different ways in which you can use it and things you can do. So personalising it, they are awesome. I think it really finishes these off.
Yeah, so much so. I love the fact that we're getting more stencils, because you're right, they just look incredible. So what I'm doing here is I'm just getting my tacky glue, and we're just going to push these in. So all your tabs will do is sit in, and then they will, and we've got a little tab that hides all that work in. So pushing them down, it might not stick because my tacky glue perhaps needs to be a little bit more tacky, but it will all come together in the end. So just pushing them all into place, and then these side tabs are just going to fold in. So folding those into there, and that will hold all your workings. So I'm just going to push that and hold that down. And in fact, we could just bend that all together, because it will just stay in place. I'm just going to hold that for a few seconds so my tacky glue takes hold. And then these little squares here, I mean, I've kept my base white, but if you wanted to colour them in or maybe add black to match in with the frame, these will just sit over the top and just have your workings all hidden then. And it just makes it nice and tidy. So pop that over the top and hold that down. There we go.
I bet pattern papers in the background would look lovely on these as well. Something from like the Gnome collection or something like that, Debbie.
Oh,
we've done
absolutely.
so many amazing Christmas papers, haven't we, this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I love that idea, yeah. So it's nice being able to do all those backgrounds, but yeah, you can definitely have more. And actually, I think, Joe, you could probably extend these because, in fact, I'm going to show, before we glue these down, with these ones, as you push them through, let's just pop them in. You've actually got sides which you could probably add another 2 layers to.
Okay.
So you could always have another one cut out and extend them more. Yeah, can you see? So if I show you this, you've got these 2 side bits. You could just fold these in and then add another section and have those tabs just stuck onto the edge. Do you see what I mean? In fact, let's bring one in and I'll show you what I mean. So this tab,
oh, I see.
You could just glue that onto there. Look,
have another
you
one.
could extend them and onto the front. So you could actually put more on and just have an extended, and then you could just cut your own piece of card.
Could you just use the
cover your
edgeables
workings.
on their own as well, Debbie, like on a Z fold, a double Z fold or something like that?
Yes.
You know,
yeah,
the centre elements, take those away from the collection.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, you can use them on anything. Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, there's just ways of doing everything, isn't there? So I'm just going to fold.
And I think that's what we talk about,
in.
isn't it? When we talk about being designed by crafters for crafters, is that, you know, our designers are so talented, they'll give you as many different options as they possibly can when it comes to using a product. Because we want you really, don't we, to buy something, Debbie, and get as many different variations out of it as you possibly can. And, you know, everyone's so imaginative, all of our crafters, that they come up with so many different ways of using things, sometimes ways that we haven't even thought of here at Crafters TV.
Absolutely, yeah. That's why we need you to send in your pictures, because we are inspired just as as much as you are inspired by us, we get so inspired by your makes out there and love it when you send pictures in. Yeah, never be frightened to send us in your makes or the different things that you've done with them, because we'd love to see that, absolutely. And there we go, Joe. So if I just bring those in, just letting that dry, I don't want them to pop apart. So just bringing those in. If I turn that round, we've got our beautiful card. Just, I've glued a bit in that shouldn't be glued in there. So let me just pull, there we go, pull that one out. And there we go, our beautiful freestanding card that looks so different to anything that you'd probably normally have when, for Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely, really, really gorgeous. Think about using things like acetate in there as well. I mean, it's going to look beautiful. A great deal on those for you as well. 32.22 or 37.38 to get a hold of those. That platinum price is incredible. I would need to remind you though, we're going to have to go back to that brand new Nature's Garden because it is off the chart busy for this. We are of course talking about the brand new Autumn Blessings collection. This particular bundle here is coming with the extra 12 by 12 paper pad in there as well. 109.98 or 130.90. Platinum price there of under £90, under $105, which is amazing. And there's just so much within here. Obviously 2 paper pads in this particular collection, plus your 6x6, you've got the luxury cardstock, you've then got your metal dies in here, you've got stamps and dies, you name it, it is all in there for you to create the most incredible autumnal projects. So many of you, hundreds and hundreds of you have pre-ordered that already today. Make sure you come back and join us for the launch, of course, with myself and Sarah. That will be coming up at 3 p.m. here in the UK, which is 10 a.m. if you are across on the East Coast. Carol says, could you use acetate behind the foreground or even maybe some sort of plastic dome? That's a great question, Debbie, with regard to that last one.
Oh yeah, totally. I love the fact of using acetate on anything. I think, yeah, make it into a globe. You could make it into a shaker card. So yeah, acetate would be amazing. Even better, we did some snowflake acetate, or Hunky Dory does as well, and you could put that in there. It'd look beautiful. Excellent.
Corbatel says, Joe asks such intelligent questions. I love him. That is the first time I've ever been called intelligent, Corbatel. I will take that with both hands. Thank you very much. Mariah says, are the arch worker dies designed so you could use elements from any set really, as long as they fit inside the arch? I think that's a fair assumption, don't you, Debbie?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, anything that's got an edge, yeah, you could do that. And even if they're smaller, Joe, because I know we've done little dies before, maybe like our little peekaboos and stuff. You could just you can cut a line, use your ruler and a craft knife and cut it along and have them protruding out the centre. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, fantastic idea. Anita was asking what GSM paper do you recommend or cardstock? Was that stamping card used there, Debbie?
Yeah, stamping cardstock, which is 300 GSM. So it's the cardstock we all use. It honestly is the best. It's got a chalky finish to it, so it's great for everything, even your watercolours. I would always recommend watercolour cardstock, but if you haven't got watercolour cardstock, your smooth, your stamping card would work for it as well. So yeah, it's brilliant cardstock for your card bases and all your stamping needs. So brilliant.
And great to have an all-round cardstock, isn't it? Because sometimes you want to construct, but you also want to do a little bit of colouring and you want to stamp onto it as well. So yeah, it's such a great all-rounder, that one. Any other questions you've got whatsoever, get them into me. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion. If you are watching us across on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe if you are watching us on YouTube. Monday Makers tonight, Debbie. I mean, I kid you not when I say it is jam-packed, isn't it, that show? So we've only been able to pick a couple out, but I'm not surprised to see that you've picked this highlight out, because I know how much you love this next item, Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I always say it. So alcohol markers I adore, I love. I think they're brilliant, but I think they can be quite tricky to get used to them. So they just take a bit more training. With watercolour pens, which is why I love them, they're very forgiving. They're just so easy to use, and you can create so many different effects with them. And that's the difference with alcohol and water-based. So water-based means that you can do all your different backgrounds with them, you can do your actual colouring with them, you can pull out with your sparkle pen, which is what we're going to do. We can use them as ink pads as well. I'm going to show you how to do that. There is so many different things to do with these pens. So if you was sitting on the fence, not quite sure what pens to go for, honestly, especially watercolour pens, the tricolours are incredible. Now I'm showing you one of the boards, just one. Now, believe it or or not, this board shows only 3 pens.
Wow.
Yeah. That's incredible, isn't it?
It's amazing.
I mean, let's take a moment just to really appreciate that. There is 3 pens, but in each pen you have 3 different colours. So obviously you have your warm primaries, your cool primary and your contemporaries. And all those colours will blend together. That has been done by our team who do the most incredible work when they're putting these together. We've then got our florals here. So the floral meadow, again, you've got 3 pens. So your 3 greens, so you've got your greens here, your fresh verdants, your warm fieries and your bright florals. You don't have to choose, these all come in that collection. Then you've got your great outdoors. I love this one. This is one of my favourite pen sets. I just think the colours in here are vibrant and beautiful and blend so well together. If you love doing all your sort of background sceneries and your skies and your scenes, your seas, your cool marines, and then you've got your botanic naturals there, which are again all those greens, really fresh. These are going to be brilliant to go with your autumn collection. We're going to actually be doing a little demo using the autumn collection as well, the autumn blessings. And these colours, I mean, how well would these go with them as well? So you've got those rich neutrals, your earthy neutrals and your grey neutrals. So what's nice about this one, these are going to be all undertones as well for all your other collections. So you've got a different pen for every occasion, and all these colours will just, they complement everything that you're doing in your colouring. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually look at the pens themselves. I've got mine in a case, I keep it stored. I think you will find the case on the website if you wanted to store yours in there. And you can see from all those boards just down to this collection, but this is all you need. So if I take one pen, for example, like this one, you've got those 3 different colours. So we've got our chestnut, our desert and our topaz. Now each one comes with a beautiful brush. Now the brush nib is it's a Japanese really high quality, artist quality brush nib. It is beautiful. It's not going to distort, it's not going to feather, it's going to give you the most amount of ink that you need to have. They're very juicy pens, so you've got all your ink for the topaz in there, you've got then your middle section, and then you've got your end colour as well. Every single one of them is water based and they will all work really well together. So all those different colours. We do have ones that give you 3 totally different colours, and again these have been done for you because we've got our rose red, our daffodil and azure blue. Now each one of these colours will blend into each other and be amazing. So your rose red blended with your daffodil, you're going to get that orange ombre in between. Your daffodil with your azure blue is going to give you that green. So everything has been thought out in these pens and they are incredible. Now the things you can do with them, the first thing I'm going to do is let's bring in my autumn blessings. So I'm going to take some of the pieces from here. Let's have one of our stamps, and I wanted the stencil. There we go, bring in the stencil here and the stamp. So what we've got here is especially a stencil. I love that we can use these pens through our stencil because they look amazing. So I'm going to bring in a piece of card. Now I'm going to bring in our watercolour card. I did have a bit in front of me because it's white. There it is. I've laid my pens onto it. So we're going to just lay this into place. Now you don't need to hold it down into place, but if you did want to, I would just bring in some of your low tack tape and we're just going to tape the sides down just to secure it. So
Emma's asking, are the tricolour and tri-blends 2 different pens?
Yes, absolutely. So tri-blend are our alcohol markers and tricolour are our water-based ones. We decided because they are tri-colours, tri-blend pens, we wanted to give them a completely different name but still have that. So tri, obviously a trio means 3. So we wanted to give them those similar names. But yes, so tricolour is water-based, tri-blend is alcohol-based.
Excellent.
So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick some of my colours here. I'm going to let's have a chestnut. So we'll bring that beautiful tone in. We're going to then in fact I'm going to have an orange, so we'll bring an orange in. And all I'm doing is I'm wiping my marker at the moment because we're doing a stencil to start with. I'm going to bring that in and let's have a red as well, crimson. So we'll add some red. Yeah, all I'm doing is putting onto my glass mat, because it means I can use my glass mat to create ink pads out of them. Now, to create an ink pad, we do need another little thing. So the thing that we have is glycerin.
Oh, I love this technique, Debbie.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it works so well. Now, glycerin, you can get, this is vegetable glycerin. You can get it from chemists, you can get it from bakers. You can use glycerin for baking cakes. So it doesn't have to be any sort, it could be glycerine or glycerin. Now, I'm only putting just a couple of drops down there. You really don't need a lot of that, and that is key. So I'm going to bring in just one of our ink pads, which is fine. Just give it a wash after you're finished with it, but it won't harm your ink pad or any of your other inks. And all I'm going to do is just take a little bit and just dab that in, and I really am just taking a little bit, and you can sort of, if I do this, I can sort of see it's gone all sort of shimmery. It means I've got enough glycerin on there to be able to spread on here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to sort of create my berries. So I'm just going to pick up onto here. So you pick up your red, and I'm just going to go in and put some red down into those berries, and I'm not worried where it goes. It can go into here as well. We can add a bit of red, it doesn't matter. That's the good thing about having having a stencil, especially an autumnal one, because it means that we can get away with where we put the inks, and they will all blend beautifully together. But these are wet inks, and we're now able to go through a stencil. Now, I'm not going to worry about wiping that off. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to pick some orange up, and then we can start by putting that through our stencil.
It's amazing. So essentially turning a watercolour pen into an ink pad, which is incredible.
So
it almost
amazing,
goes down a little bit more fluid than an ink pad, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does actually, yeah, because it's slippery. So that's why you don't need too much of your glycerin. If you put too much glycerin on, it's just not going to work as well. And then I'm going to put some darker colours in.
So is it just our watercolours we can do this with, Debbie?
Yes. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do this with alcohol, no. It just, alcohol dries too quickly. So let's put some then on the bottom here. But it's a really nice way of being able to use your pens and use them on your stencils. Sorry, couldn't get my words out there. So there we go. I'm just gonna, I think we've covered it all. I'm just going to make sure I'm just getting into all those little gaps. But you can see it goes a long way. I would be able to do another one with that because I've still got ink on my mat. And then when we take that away, let's just take away our, I'm going to clean that first. Let me just take all our workings out the way. And a piece of kitchen towel, there we go. So we're just cleaning up a little bit. And I'm going to keep this, I've used a wet wipe, I'm going to keep this and I'll show you a nice technique as well. So we're going to take our tape away. And I'm not worried, I've done it, as you can see, I've done it on a bigger piece of card because you can cut it to size afterwards. So it's always better to start with that bigger piece. Have I got another bit? I'm sure I had a bit up the side here.
That's so effective, Debbie.
Yeah, take that away. Now you can see how beautiful is that. Then what you can do with this bit, because you see I want to clean my my actual stencil, so by having this, if you then use this to clean, it actually creates, it's faded, but it creates another stencil background and you've not wasted any of your ink. So not only do you get a clean stencil, but you then get a beautiful watermark on the other side. Look,
that's really clever.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's so, so clever. So, and we've not wasted any of our ink at all. So that's really good. Now, the other thing I found out earlier, and I'm going to do, let me just, where's my little bottle? I found myself in my bag just some clear embossing powder, and it's a glitter one, so it's a clear. Then we might have some on the website. If not, you'll just find them on online somewhere. And all I'm going to do is add this. Now, glycerin isn't. It's not a wet ink. We've not made a wet ink, but because it's glycerin, it stays wet for a little bit longer. So I thought earlier I'd just test out and see if it would work for
Well, it's funny you've done
embossing.
this. Eve B has just asked this exact question, which was, can you
how
emboss
fun
with
is
glycerin?
that?
Also, Mariah says, could you use glycerin with your water reactive ink pads?
Yes, you could, but you probably wouldn't need to.
No, because they're
They would
already
spread
blendable, aren't
themselves,
they?
yeah, they're already an ink pad. So the only reason we can do this is because we wouldn't be able to spread this as pen, or if we used our pens naturally through, they would leak underneath.
Okay.
So that's why. Yeah, so what I found out, I did think that same thing. I thought, I wonder if this would work. So I tried it earlier and it did, but you can't do it over the top, because if you did this over the top, it would just blow it all away.
Okay.
Because it's not a wet enough ink to do it. But what it did do is when you do it from underneath, so just doing that from underneath, it starts to, it takes a little bit longer as well, because obviously this is not, they're not inks. There you go, you can see they're starting to go. But you have to keep moving it, because you do get a little bit of smoke from it.
It looks a bit glittery.
Yeah, and it's glittery.
So where's the glitter coming from?
It is a glitter. No, I've used a glitter one. It's all I had in my stash.
Sorry, silly me. I thought you had glittery glycerin then. I was like, oh, glittery glycerin.
Yeah, so it takes a bit longer, but it really works and it looks amazing.
A lot of people saying that this secondary stencil would make a great insert, Debbie.
Yeah. I mean, it really is fabulous, isn't it? Looks amazing. Now, I did notice that it burns a little bit, and I thought, oh, am I burning my page? But I'm not. You can see a little bit of smoke, so you do have to keep moving it. So it's a little bit, you know, because what we're doing is we're actually sort of burning the glycerin, really, because it's either used in cooking or it's used in your, you know, in pharmacies use glycerin as well.
It's like a bit like what is in cough syrup.
I can't hear you, Joe, sorry.
Is it a bit like what's in cough syrup?
Yes, I think it is. Yes, that's exactly what it is, where you do glycerin and lemon.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. A lot of people use it for their sore throat, so you can buy it in chemists and that, yeah. And then you do the glycerin.
It does smell like you're baking, actually, in the studio. Very, very sweet. It smells like you're making candy floss over there.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? But it does give a really nice effect, so I think it's well worth doing. And it's just something a little bit different than the heat embossing.
To think this started with a watercolour pen, that is how you achieved all of that. It's amazing.
Yeah, totally. And again, it was just like whoever asked the question.
Eve, it was.
Yeah, it was exactly what I thought when I done it. I thought, well, actually, it's quite wet, so I wonder if we can emboss it. And you know me, Joe, I always like to try, but look at that. I mean, that's just amazing that we've done that without embossing or a wet ink, but we've done that gorgeous design from there, and it looks amazing. So I've got, and you'll get a different one every time. If I bring this in, this one's more orangey, so this is the one I tried earlier, so exactly the same. We've got that gorgeous shine. I mean, look at that shine on there. It just
really
creates
lovely.
something really different. So I've just trimmed that down. And remember, you've got then two as well, so you can, this is beautiful on its own. It really looks watercoloured, that one.
Does it take long to dry when you use the glycerine, Debbie?
No, not at all. Not at all, Joe. You could force dry it for a little bit, and but I would say within about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, so, and then we're just going to mat and layer and make a little card, and then I'm just going to do a bit of stamp. Oh, I'm saying I'm going to do a bit of stamping. Have we got time? Are we all good for time?
We've got time.
We're cool. So I've used some of that brown, beautiful brown cardstock. You will gut yours out here so you can use it onto other things, but just for quickness, I've just made myself a little card blank. And especially if you, I mean, let us know if you send out cards for Thanksgiving or autumn blessings or anything like that, because these are the ones that you can batch make early on. So you can create these and make sort of fabulous backgrounds. I mean, that and a sentiment would look beautiful. But what I am going to do, we're going to use our stamp set here. Just bring this one in, and then I want to show you how we can actually paint with our pens as well. So bringing this one in, I'm going to, let's bring in our rocker blocks, because that's what you're getting with your, with this collection. And then I'm going to bring in, I've got a pebble, which I'm going to use, which is our waterproof die. Now, because these are water-based pens, you do need to use your waterproof ink.
Okie doke.
So what we're going to do now is ink that up, and then I'm going to grab myself. I've got, that's no, that's smooth card. Wanted some watercolour card. Let me just go in our box underneath. There we go. It's very organised under our counter. Oh, demo show day, that one says, but never mind.
Demo, what does it say?
Demo show day.
Oh, there we go.
Demo show. I don't know what that one is, but I'm sure it's someone's obviously just put it back, but I'm going to use the back of it. It's absolutely fine. So just inking that up, using your heel to toe, and then you've got your beautiful stamped image. Now, what you can do with this, Joe, is you can then paint. So I'm going to let's bring in some oranges. I'm going to be drawing on, so let's bring it a bit more down here. And then I'm just going to cut this out so you can see it a little bit better, so we're nearer. So just cut around there. Our little topper. There we go, that's better. And then I'm also going to use some red as well. So which one was that red into here? So we can add a bit of red. Now, you can just use a normal paintbrush, so you could do it that way. But I'm going to bring in my clear sparkle pen. I love these because they are clear, but they add a bit of sparkle. And because we had that sparkle sort of in our background here, I thought it'd be nice to use our sparkle pen. And I'm just going to pick up, with my sparkle pen, that beautiful ink. And then I can paint directly onto that pumpkin. I mean, these are great images to cut out, to stamp out, and they just look amazing. They're exactly what you need for all those sort of harvest festivals, for your autumn blessings, for your, what's the other thing I see, of the Thanksgiving, so lots of things. We do have a lot to be thankful for, don't we, Joe?
Absolutely, we do. Yes, indeedy. And soon we'll be full on, won't we? Autumn soon. It's not going to be that far away. Has autumn actually started? Or are we still in summertime?
No, we're still in summer. Still in summer.
So we're still in summertime.
Yes.
So July, August, and September is summer, is it?
Yes. There's a cut-off point, isn't there, in September? Georgina will no doubt be on the Googles as we speak, getting those exact dates for us. I mean, because we could sit here and speculate for days, I reckon, Debbie. That's very true.
It certainly feels like summer at the moment outside, but I know they reckon tomorrow and the next day are the last 2 days of summer in the UK, and it is going out with a bang. It's going to be 29 degrees C in London tomorrow. Can you believe that? In September. The September temperature will be hotter than the August temperature.
That's ridiculous. Well, we're hoping.
The 1st of September is the start of autumn, Debbie.
Oh, I never realised that.
And it goes until the end of November, and then December through February will be winter. See, because I think of then March, obviously March through May is spring, but I think of May as summer, which is really strange, yeah.
May,
summer. June, July would, yeah. I don't know why I think of May as summer. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why. Anyway.
There you go.
Mary Jo says, love this collection. I'm going to use it for the leaves for my table decorations on Thanksgiving. Eleanor says, really love this collection. The leaves are amazing. Can't believe how beautiful this collection is. You put a little green on the leaves with the orange to make them look like autumn leaves.
Yes.
Absolutely. You could. And Emma saying as well, wow, learning so much today. Thank you, Debbie. Lots of love for all of Debbie's demonstrations. Remember, Debbie and I will be back together again as well for Monday Makers this evening, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. for East Coasters, 11 a.m. For you guys across on the West Coast. So make sure you come and keep us company for that as well. Patricia would like to know, do you have to squeeze the sparkle pen to keep the liquid flowing, Debbie?
Yeah, there's a certain point that comes where you need to give it a little squeeze, which I've been doing, yes. So you've got, it says push on one side and push on the other, and you put your thumb and your finger onto there, and you would just give little gentle squeezes, and that will then fill up this barrel again, and then you won't need to squeeze it again for a while.
Excellent.
So I'm just going to quickly go in. I wasn't even going to finish this actually, but I think we might as well because our card won't take long to put together.
Debbie, Laura's asking, which is better, picking up colour with clear sparkle pen or putting clear sparkle pen on top of a dry colour?
Oh, either. Absolutely either. That's the great thing about a sparkle pen is you could even put your sparkle down on top. It's great for your alcohol colouring, Joe. So if you've already got an alcohol colour picture and that you like the look of, but you want to add accents of sparkle, you can do that and it looks amazing.
Would it, if you had a like watercolour and then you were adding clear sparkle overlay over the top, would it start to move the colour underneath if the colour had dried, or is it a case of once it's dry, that's it, it's not moving?
Yeah, so what I wouldn't do, no, you could still get movement out of it. Yeah, so what I would do is just paint over that actual image. So I wouldn't go in and go across it all with a sparkle pen. You wouldn't just do that. You would then go in and do it, yeah. But you can see the definition that we've got in there, the different colours, everything that you would expect from your colours. And then all I've done here is I've then cut it out. So I've just fussy cut this one. There are stamps and dies in the collection, but this one, so this stamp set, which are quite big, there's no dies in this, but it's a great one because it's got really nice big areas to cut out. So I've cut out that pumpkin, and we're just going to do a really quick card. Now, I've used Thankful and Blessed out of one of our stamp sets. I'm going to just stamp this, no, sorry, I've already stamped it. I'm going to glue this onto the front of our card, and I'm keeping it nice and simple. I've just brought in that brown card like from the back, and we're just going to make ourselves a little topper for the front and then stick that one on. So once we've put that one in place, we'll just pop that. That can go wherever you want it to. I'm going to take it to the end there. Make sure that's straight. There we go. And then we've just got our pumpkin, and again I'm just going to use our foam pads to heighten that a little bit. But it's such a really cute little card, isn't it, Joe?
Adorable, and I really love the fact that you have done that with those tricolours as well, which is definitely not the way. You would not look at that and think that has been created with tricolour markers, would you? No,
not at all.
Not in the slightest.
At all. It's just nice to do different things with them and show their versatility. But look how cute that is. I mean, not only is that from that beautiful autumn blessing, but it really is just a gorgeous way to do those backgrounds, to add that sentiment, to put that pumpkin on, and it keeps it nice and simple, but you get to be creative.
Absolutely. We better do demo of the show, hadn't we, Debbie, between the two different makes that you've done.
Oh, yes.
Debbie, look, I thought you'd lost it then for a second.
Well, I had to think then.
Have you done three or two?
We've done three.
Three? Oh, how rude of me.
I
Sorry.
know.
Of the three that you have created, not the two. How could I? Forgive me, Debbie.
Shall I bring them out now? There we go. So there we go. We've got one, we've got number two, and we've got number three.
Excellent. The choice is yours, 1, 2 or 3. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube as well. Any last minute questions you've got for me, get them in. Crafters TV, as I said, or Crafters Companion. Remember what's coming up today as well. So a launch party with myself and Sarah, 3 p.m. here in the UK with this brand new Nature's Garden collection. That's 10 a.m. on the East Coast, 7 a.m. across on the West Coast. And then later Monday Makers, that one show of the week where maybe go a little bit more in depth. There's definitely going to be something for everyone to learn, is what I would say. That, of course, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. if you are across on the East Coast, 11 a.m. for West Coasters. Don't forget about Crafty Countdown. You need to keep your eyes peeled. It's going to be happening this week. When you see the Crafty Countdown clock appear on your screens, we will be bringing you some like unbelievable redonkadonk time limited offers, but it's like fastest finger first situation. So make sure you're watching us live is what I would say, and make sure you are ready to pounce when you see some incredible deals as well. So that is something to look forward to as we go through this week. You'll be seeing those appear, which is awesome. Very, very much though, all about the Nature's Garden collection in this particular show. It's such a beautiful collection, Debbie, isn't it? And right, you know, sort of just in time as well to create all of these gorgeous autumnal projects that we want to be creating. And as I was saying earlier, not just about cards, I think home decor would look beautiful done with this.
Oh, so much so. I love that idea, Joe. Think of a bunting made with that wood slice. I mean, how gorgeous would that look? You could hang lots of wood slice buntings about. They would just look amazing. There's so much in this collection and so much that you can do with it. I mean, look at those little toadstools. You're getting a toadstool die. It looks amazing. The paper pads in here are totally incredible. I love the fact that you can do just different styles of cards, different concepts, different ways up, big cards, small cards. You could do your invites if you're having a Thanksgiving party, or you might just be having a Halloween party and you want to use those pumpkins for all your Halloween makes. I love this about this background in embossing folder because you're getting a stencil with that one as well. So being able to create all those different things, I absolutely adore this. We haven't even picked up on this stamp, but look at this, a Conkers stamp. I mean, I remember playing Conkers with my brother when I was little. They're just so much fun. But you're getting the casing around them with that conker in the centre. I mean, that's a beautiful card. But then these home decor pieces, like being able to do those wreaths, hanging them on your door, creating all those different leaves through all those paper pads, honestly, and you could cut 2, 3 possibly leaves at a time through them using those beautiful leaves dies. Another DL card, but a different way up. Love that one. So your Harvest Festival, all your different bits that you can put on there. Think of all the different colours that you have in your pens and your ink pads. Being able to make your autumnal tree, which looks beautiful. I mean, such a really simple, lovely, elegant card, that one. So thankful for you. This one, absolutely gorgeous. Using those log discs on all your card and just cutting them out, having that background, just creating these beautiful toadstools, using that gorgeous embossing folder. And then this one, I have to say, it's just I love this card so much. I mean, it is real simplicity with an embossing folder and adding some colours to there, but it looks amazing. And you've got that in this collection to be able to do all of these different makes and many of your own ones as well. I have a feeling, Joe, I've got a feeling I have a craft along coming up in a couple of weeks with this collection. So
23rd of September.
Yes,
That'll be
yeah.
you and I believe, actually.
Oh, yes, brilliant. Yes.
I need to let you know, card of the show was number 3, Debbie. Number 3.
Number 3, was that the last one I just done?
Yeah.
I don't know why I've put them now.
Nicola's like, yeah, of course it was.
I don't know wherever it's probably under this pile. I will find it. So, oh, thank you. Yeah, it is a lovely card. Love that one. So, have we got time to show the boards, Joe?
Just quickly, we've got a couple of minutes spare.
So I'm just going to go through these really quickly. So we've got that gorgeous embossing folder, the 3D embossing folder, the stamps and dies. I mean, this really, going through it quickly, shows you just how much you are getting in this collection. You've then got your pumpkin patch with all those different ones. This is going to be great for Halloween as well. You've then got that gorgeous stencil that we used earlier with the glycerin. You've got your toadstools. You've got your 2 different types of leaves. I love the fact that we've got all these different ones. You've got your skeleton leaves and you've got your Hello Autumn leaves. So with all those different, these all come out. So you've got different dies. There's 6 dies there which look amazing. So loads of different things that you're going to be able to create with those. You've got your stamp and word dies. So you've got all those different stamps plus that really big large font in the thanks. You've then got stamp sets which look gorgeous. You've got 2 different stamp sets, your thankful and blessed and your heartfelt wishes. And then obviously this is the one everyone's going to be wanting, I'm sure, which is your round wood slice. And then our last stamp set is our autumnal tree, which looks gorgeous. On top of that, you are getting paper pads that match. So all your solid colours in your pearlescent and your textured cardstock. You're then getting all your 6x6 and your 12x12 in all those different double-sided, I might add, which are incredible paper pads. So honestly, get your hands on this and get ready for me to craft along with you in a couple of weeks because you're going to need this collection.
That's going to be awesome. Something else that I really need to remind you of as well, of course, is this week's Get It, Got It, Good. There it is for you. It's brand new. We just launched it today. It is, of course, the Gemini Mini, but we're giving you 5 die collections. Now, these die collections were designed specifically for the Gemini Mini, which is awesome. So these are going to work brilliantly with that. Platinum price here is awesome for you, £40 or $64. A great saving for everyone as well, which is fantastic. Make sure you snap that up, which is fantastic. Oh, I'm very close. It's been fantastic, Debbie, hasn't it? I really enjoyed it. Should we do it all again tomorrow?
Oh, I think we should. I think we should do it all again tomorrow and the next day. Oh no, Craig's back. Is Craig back or is someone else in?
No, I think it's someone else
Craig's
in.
off, is he? So anyway, you're going to enjoy the shows no matter who does them. So I will be back tomorrow with Joe. It's been a fabulous hour and a half. Thank you for joining us. Now, don't forget to tune in. You must tune in at, I was going to say 7, but yes, tune in at 7 p.m. But tune in at 3 p.m. because Sarah's going to be launching that Nature's Garden or Nature's Garden Autumn Blessing collection that you're going to absolutely love. And she's going to be showing you so much inspiration. You're going to absolutely love it. So, goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
Bye all.